violence around the world at that time.
Right. So this podcast is all about tech. We're looking at atomic bomb of the future, which is artificial intelligence. What do you think? Are you happy about the future, or do you look at it from a very different viewpoint, or being maybe pessimism?
I look at myself as a realistic optimist. I'm going to be realistic. We're going to look at what is there. AI is a wonderful tool that can do a lot of good. It already has. And it has even more that we don't even know about yet. But also, like with any technology, there's a flip side, and it could be used for bad. I often like to say it reminds me of my buddy Og, who lived back in the cave and came up with this thing called fire long ago. And he'd say, fire, oh, this is a good thing. It'll keep us warm. Yeah. It'll cook your food. Yeah, that's good. But it also can kill. It can destroy. It has bad. And you think about it, every technology has been like that. It can be used for good or bad. You think of flying. Right now, we know objectively the safest form of transportation is flying, because it's been tested. Really smart people for many years have tested to see what works, what doesn't. And yes, sadly, people have lost their lives in air crashes because of avionics, but we learn from that. And so I think with AI, we can learn from that lesson, that what we want to do is we want to explore what AI can do, but then also be cognizant of what it can do for harm. When we can use, for example, looking at the deep fakes was a popular one to look at, and it has some real world implications, where we can have someone's voice that sounds just like that person, or at least close enough to our ears, it sounds like that person, but it would not be that person. And you can feed it the words to say there would be something completely opposite of what that person would say. And even scarier when you can see video. And you look at it, right now we see a little bit more jerkiness in it. We're still in the early stages of it. But I could see someday where we would see a video and it would look exactly like that person. We'd think, okay, that person is there. And then they say terrible words and they come out with vocabulary and denigrating others, tearing others down, or initiating force with their words. Then I would say, no, that's not good. Well, we wonder, what do we do? Should we stop it? There are people way smarter than me that have said, we should put a halt on AI. I don't think that halt is really the way to do it, because there's going to be bad players out there. We see them in the world. That's reality. But I think what we need to do is to be cognizant of what is available, be cognizant of what could go wrong, and then use AI to monitor AI, so that we can have AI telling us, is this real or not? And right now we're using more and more of that, where it can come back and we can say, all right, this is someone's voice, but it's not exactly there. At a 98.3% accuracy, which is pretty close, but not quite the same. So I think what we want to do is we want to take AI together. We'll see the good that is there. We'll also see the dangers, and we prepare accordingly. And we have people that are guided by certain principles of not initiating force or coercion, live and let live. And I think as we do that, constantly learning that there are bad players out there and would try to harm us or do something wrong, we're aware of it and we take the appropriate steps.
Right. I believe that, as you mentioned, that AI can mimic our voice. And what if bad players come on and they create an AI